Welcome back to Kletus Roadside Service. What are we doing today? We are running back out to pick up another dumpster full of pig fat. They call it bacon grease. I don't think so. I think it's just pig fat. um, yeah, yesterday we had a guy get a little. He wasn't too happy about cleaning the tank out because these tanks they're cold, man. It's cold out here in Kansas City. I don't know why. All of a sudden it's cold as hell outside. All the snow looks like it's gone, so that's good. But yeah, we went from 70 degrees to 10 degrees overnight. So that was interesting. Anyways, yep, I gotta head out and grab another one of these boxes. Yesterday went pretty well. Oh, I didn't even tell you what I was doing because yesterday I was like, oh, I'm going to head to my hotel and whatnot. No. They can't. Well, you guys knew that it got canceled again, but I was like, I don't know what the hell kind of job I'm going to be doing. That's where I left you guys off, was not knowing what I was going to be doing. Well, turns out they had one container full of bacon grease, and they said it was frozen. So they wanted it to sit. They wanted some guys to put some heaters on it inside of a shop. So they did. They sat in the shop babysitting this container with bacon grease or whatever they want to call it in there and some propane heaters on it. And then they took it to the landfill. And I went to go out to Columbia, good old Columbia, Missouri, to pick up another box. And there's one more out there. But yesterday wasn't bad. I drove out there and picked up a box and drove it back. Nothing too crazy going on. I was able to get over 8 hours yesterday, which is wonderful. Today I'm kind of sandbagging a little bit because I had 3 hours worth of some other job going on yesterday, so that really helped me get over my 8. Today I'm gonna have to really sandbag it, I guess. I don't know. And I think they want me to sandbag it. They're kind of acting like, yeah, sandbag it because, if you get back too early, there ain't much else going on today. So, all right, hey, don't say no more. I can do that. I can sandbag a little bit, and I can slow it down. But I wasn't real sure I was doing this job today because at the power plant, the guy said, "Let's play it by ear tomorrow." I already kind of figured we weren't going to be getting another load, or they weren't going to have a load for me or whatever. But this is where I got a little bit upset. And listen, I don't know. I don't want to put out every single time I get a little upset on podcast because then I sound whiny. But I feel whiny today. I feel real whiny. I feel like being whiny today. Is that okay with you guys? Can I be a little fucking whiny? Can I get a couple of things off of my chest? Can I work out my problems with you? Because that's what that's probably the main function of the podcast is to help me work out my fucking little problems I got in my head. And maybe I'll realize maybe it's not a big deal, and it isn't. I know it's not a big deal, but maybe it's even smaller of a deal than what I'm making it out in my own head. Let me just get into it. Yesterday, drove out to the power plant. Yesterday was Monday. Sunday night, I asked if it was going on. They said, I haven't heard no, so yes. So I drive out to the power plant. They're like, nope, not going to do it. I say, all right. And then I have the guy that's kind of in charge of what I do over there call the guy that's in charge of that customer at my shop. And they're like, oh, yeah, let's just cancel it. I'm like, okay, cool. I mean, not cool, but at least we got an answer. That's cool. And he gets off the phone. He's like, all right, yeah, and we'll just play it by ear tomorrow. We'll just play it by ear tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow we'll just play it by ear. Hey, I'm not sure if we're gonna have a load tomorrow, but we'll just play it by ear. I'm trying to put it out there that there was a slim chance they would have a load. Okay? So I'm driving in this morning, and around 7 o'clock, I text the guy, because I don't have the guy's number for the power plant. I don't talk to them. That's this other guy's job, is to talk to them. So I text him, and I say, hey, man, didn't know if the guy from the power plant got in contact with you or not. Wasn't sure if there was a load today. He responded, there is no load. You shouldn't be over there. Why are you over there? I responded, I'm not. I said, that's how I said it in my head, but it was just, I'm not, all lowercase, nothing. And this is over text messages too. This is another loss of translation that I got to think about. Said, I'm not. He said, I talked to the guy over there yesterday, and he said there wouldn't be one. And I said, if I was there, I would have talked to him myself. I don't know. This guy, he can definitely give off asshole vibes. I mean, that's all he does is give off asshole vibes. I've gotten along with him pretty well for a while, but he still gives off asshole vibes. And I'm not one that usually gives off asshole vibes. So I just felt a little sparky today. So that, I don't know. And I don't even know if I really gave off asshole vibes, but I think I was, before I sent the text message, if I was there, I would have talked to him. You dumb fuck. That's that's what I say in my own car. You shouldn't even be over there. No, there isn't a load. Hey, dumb fuck. If I was there, I wouldn't be fucking talking to you, dumb fuck. Hey, shut the fuck up, dumbass. Why do you think I'm asking you if there's a load if I was out there? You dumb fuck. Listen, he just made one small mistake on a text message, and I'm really not happy with the mistake he made. Okay? And I really wanted to keep going, but I decided to go ahead and let it just stop. Just stop responding, and just let my anger out on a podcast, so I'll feel better about it. I'll feel like I did something when I really didn't do anything. That fucking guy. He really, I mean, it's early in the morning, you know, so maybe he didn't read the whole message or understand exactly what was going on. Maybe I did the same thing. This is where it's working out for me. This is where I'm like, all right, I'm kind of calming down a little bit now. I'm working out my problem. I don't do that dialogue in my head. This only comes out when I'm talking out loud and actually hearing myself talk. So now I kind of realize maybe I shouldn't have been a little bit of an asshole. I don't know. Also, hey, dumb fuck. It's also, I'm also in that stage, where I'm like, are you dumb, dude? If I was there, I would have fucking asked him. I wouldn't have even asked him. I would have just stuck my fucking hose in the fucking tank and sucked the motherfucker dry, and I'd be on my way to Oklahoma right now. And I wouldn't say a goddamn word to you, dumb fuck. That's what I wish I could say that to him. I'm not that type of guy, so I can't give off that vibe. if I gave off a vibe kind of like that every day, I could get away with that. But I'm a guy that doesn't give off that vibe at all. So if I went off the fucking deep end like that at work, there would be people would be concerned, you know. I'm like, oh shit, this guy's off his fucking rocker off of one small little comment. Yeah, I am. Okay, I'm tired of being fucking treated like a dumb fuck. Okay, you guys are being dumb. Okay, you dummies. Anyways, I'm not the bigger man in the fight. I'm not the guy, the responsible one. Okay, I'm just it was early. I didn't have any coffee. I couldn't find my keys this morning. You know, my son came to me in the morning because I didn't have to come in early or anything. No matter what I was doing today, I didn't have to come in like super early, so I was able to. And I didn't stay home just for my son to wake up. He just wakes up early and comes out and caught me, getting ready for work, and sat down and talked with him for a while because the other the other thing we got going on. Now this is probably where I am a dumb fuck, but I'm sitting there getting my boots on the couch, and he comes out, and I hear him come out. I'm like, "Hey, buddy." He's like, "Hey." I was like, "How did you sleep good?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh," because all right, I guess just let's back up a little bit. My son had his face kicked by his cousin. Boys roughhouse. There's no ill will there. It was an accident, whatever. The boys were roughhousing. I like them to roughhouse a little bit. I like them to get a little bit of heat in them bones or whatever you want to call it. My son got his face kicked with a shoe. A kid's foot inside of a shoe made contact with my son's face right in the mouth region, and one of his teeth fell out. Luckily, it wasn't one of his teeth that's already starting to grow back. He's already lost a dozen teeth, or not a dozen, but he's lost a bunch of teeth. And it was I don't know if these were loose or not. I don't know, but he got kicked right in the front teeth, and one of his teeth fell out when he was staying over at Grandma's house. So they put it in a bag, and they said, "All right, whenever you come home, we'll put it under your pillow, and the tooth fairy will come." And then eating dinner last night, he's like, "My other tooth is loose." And he's over there fucking with it. I'm like, go away from the table. Get away from the table, bud. He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Dude, me and his mom are kind of the same way on this situation." I'm like, I don't want to see somebody ripping their teeth out at the dinner table. I'm trying to eat my fucking burger. Okay? That's what I'm trying to do. If you're going to fuck with your tooth, go to the bathroom, dude. Like, it's gross. And I don't usually get grossed out by things, but something about eyeballs and apparently teeth. I didn't know teeth were that bad, but just seeing him wiggle that fucking tooth with his front tooth with his tongue, I was like, "Oh God, stop it, dude! Don't do that! Stop doing that, man!" So, anyways, he loses another tooth, and and the tooth fairy forgot to come Sunday night. Sunday night we had the tooth under his pillow and everything, and the tooth fairy forgot to come. We told him it was too windy. I don't know if he's buying it or not, but he said it was too windy. So we said this other tooth was loose, and he ended up getting it out. And he's like, "I think that's why the tooth fairy didn't come, is because she knew I was going to lose another tooth." I was like, "Yeah, probably. I don't know how the tooth fairy works. I have no idea, but maybe." And so we made sure to leave a note and put the teeth in a clear bag, a little Ziploc bag, and put it next to his pillow instead of under his pillow, because he thought maybe she didn't see it. I was like, "Well, I don't know. I don't know how. I'm not real. I just know the tooth fairy always comes. I don't know." So maybe, yeah, she probably didn't see it. We're trying to figure out why the tooth fairy didn't come. But anyways, we write a note, We put both teeth in one bag. We set it next to his pillow. He goes to bed last night, and then he wakes up in the morning, and I'm like, hey, buddy, did the tooth fairy come? He's like, yeah. I was like, oh, did she leave you money? He's like, yeah, she left me some money. I was like, oh, well, that's cool, man. What do you want to buy with your money? He's like, I don't know. He's like, I didn't get a lot of money, though. I'm like, what do you mean? And he pulls his bag out, and the tooth fairy wrote a note to him and had $2 worth of quarters in the bag. And he said, I don't know, like, he can read now. That's the other thing I was talking about yesterday. He can read now. So he's like, it says that I'm sorry I missed you yesterday, and then there was 8 quarters in the bag. I was like, oh, well, that's good. You know, that's 8 quarters. That's awesome, dude. He's like, yeah, but that's only $2. And I was like, oh shit, he knows how to read and do math. We're getting too deep here. Hey, quit learning so much, dude. I didn't know you knew how to count money like that. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but I was like, oh, do you think $2 wasn't enough? It's like, she took both teeth, and I got $10 for one tooth one time. I was like, oh. He's like, yeah, and it was a $10 on like paper. It was like paper money. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, well, I think that was your very first tooth. Your very first tooth, you got $10 for losing that, and then everyone after that is a little bit less. I don't know if the tooth fairy pays. She pays a lot for the first one. And he's like, oh, well, last time I got $5 for a tooth, though. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, well, I don't know. Talk to mom and whenever she gets up about it and everything. I was like, but you do have a lot of money saved up. So I went and I grabbed his piggy bank and I let him put all the quarters in there. And I said, all right, you have a lot of money in here. He's got a couple of 50s in there, a couple of 20s, a bunch of change. He's doing better than me. And I'm like, what would you want to spend all this on? He's like, well, I really want a helmet. I was like, a helmet? Like, what kind of helmet? He's like, because we were at Cargo Largo and they had, whenever we took the kids, Cargo Largo, you know, for the 18 minutes we were in there, and for me not really even knowing what Cargo Largo was, it really has come up quite a bit in the podcast and in my life recently. Anyways, we were at Cargo Largo. We were walking through the sports section, and they had a helmets area, and they had a youth-sized helmet. It was green, and I let him wear it, and I let my daughter wear it. And he's like, I really want that dirt bike helmet. I was like, oh, really? Do you want a dirt bike too? He's like, well, I have a dirt bike. I was like, that little electric thing that you got down there has like no power, and it's not. I mean, it looks kind of like a dirt bike, but that's a scooter, dude. Like, that's not even a dirt bike. I was like, do you want a dirt bike? He's like, well, I mean, you talked about putting a motor on it, and I did. I'm like, fuck, you know, I shouldn't have done that. But he's like, you said you were gonna put a gas motor on my dirt bike for me. So I thought that would be cool, and I would need a helmet because it would go faster. I was like, how about this? You know, your birthday is coming up. You want a dirt bike? I was like, yeah. I was like, all right, well, talk to mom about it when she gets up. I was like, I got to go to work. And then I had to run around like a crazy chicken looking for my fucking keys. But eventually I did get out of the house. And I don't know. It was like such a good talk I had with my son this morning. I mean, it was informative. I learned he's really good at reading because he can read the note. He's really good at counting. He can count the change, and he knows what a quarter is and how much it's worth and everything. And he does want a dirt bike with a gas motor on it. He wants a good dirt bike because we were thinking about getting him a 50cc there for a while. It was in my mind, and then I even got my wife on board, but we couldn't really come to a deal with the dealership. And then the more we talked to him about it, because we were like, well, let's make sure he's like actually excited about this. He didn't seem excited at all about it. I mean, and it would be different if we had the bike there, and we're just trying to just have casual conversation with them. We're not saying, hey, let's get you a dirt bike. We're saying, hey, would you like one? Just seeing if he's interested. And I was hoping his face would light up and he'd be like, oh, for real? I would love a dirt bike. I would be the coolest kid in school. I don't know, just excitement. But he's always like, yeah. Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess I could take a dirt bike. I don't know. I might want a dirt bike. And I found out this morning because he was talking about the dirt bike helmet. He's like, if I got a dirt bike, like a real dirt bike, like you have, I was like, well, it would be a lot smaller. It would be really small. And I think that's where my wife kind of messed up, is because she asked him, do you want a dirt bike like Daddy's? And he's like, it's too big. No, I don't want one like Daddy's. It's way too big, is what he was saying. Anyways, he's like, if I got a dirt bike that went faster, I would need a helmet. And he wants to ride on my dirt bike. He's like, I want to ride on your dirt bike with a helmet. And he's like, I want you to put a gas motor on my little dirt bike so I can ride it with a helmet. And I was like, oh, and he's like, but I want more stuff, like, because I don't want to get hurt. I'm like, they sell chest protectors. There's a back and chest protector thing that you put on. They have like arm protectors and like these jackets, and they got gloves, and they got boots and pants and all kinds of stuff to keep kids from getting hurt on dirt bikes. And anyways, he's excited about dirt. I was like, well, you've got a birthday coming up. What do you want for your birthday? Like, if you ask for a dirt bike, we might be able to do that. I don't know. And he's like, yeah. I was like, well, you got to act excited about it, because we've asked you a couple times and you're just like, eh. But I was like, yeah, you can get a real dirt bike that rides in the grass and goes a lot faster than the other one. And one that's got training wheels and everything like that. I mean, I don't know. So I'm trying to hype him up a little bit because I really want him to get one. But I think he just doesn't know that it's even in the possibility for him to get one. So he's like, yeah. And that was another thing he was saying. He's like, I don't want to get excited about it because what if I don't get it? I'm like, well, if you want something, you got to really, sometimes you got to show that you really want it. So I think we're back on track. Back on track. I think we might pursue that again. I think we do have several channels that we could make this happen. So, anyways, I'm hoping to get him a dirt bike again. Because, yeah, me and my wife, I don't know if I even brought it up on the podcast too much, because I was kind of, I don't know, I was like, man, the one deal we were trying to work with kind of fell through, and then then he wasn't showing any excitement, so she was like, let's just wait, So, I don't know. But, I don't know. We're going to try to do it. Anyways, that's a good time. And then immediately after that, on my way to work, texted that fucking guy, pissed me the fuck off. What else was going on today? So anyways, I'm headed out to Columbia, doing the I-70 run. They got I-70 real fucked up. Okay, I mean, it's mainly over here on the, just 20 or 30 miles into Missouri here, but they got it all. These fucking idiots, dude. These fucking idiots. They're like, we need to make I-70 3 lanes wide. They're spending millions of fucking dollars to make this highway 3 lanes wide all the way to St. Louis. These stupid motherfuckers. Like, listen, it's busy in the cities a little bit. And the traffic, yeah, right now it's real bad because you got fucking traffic or fucking road work everywhere. And they're just like using that to fuel it. They're like, yeah, we got to make it fucking 3 lanes wide. I'm like, once you get out into the middle of Missouri, 3 lanes wide is dumb. There's no fucking reason to have it 3 lanes wide all the way across Missouri. This is dumb. But that's what they're doing, and I ain't gonna be able to stop them. These fucking guys. And they got the highway all fucked up, and they got a bunch of 55 zones and stupid bullshit. Fucking. And this is where it starts right here. I mean, now I'm stuck in this tiny little fucking lane that's halfway on the shoulder with fucking cars that are passing me and people trying to get on the highway and fucking cones and fucking traffic barriers and shit. Fucking dumb, dude. They're like, we gotta have 3 lanes. Yeah, I mean, even in this traffic, I'm going the speed limit. There's not traffic backed up. There's no reason to have this. And if there was a reason to have 3 lanes wide, guess what? There's enough fucking room on the original highway to repaint the fucking lines and make it 3 lanes wide, you dumb bitches. But whatever. Who the fuck am I? Yeah. I have a new operation that I want to start that should have been started. I mean, it technically started a while back, but I haven't really been doing much for it. But Operation Get a Motorcycle Endorsement. OGMD. Operation Get a Motorcycle Endorsement. Not D, E. OGME. OG me. The OG me. Operation Get a Motorcycle Endorsement. I have to make it an operation so it'll actually happen. I'm running really close. Next month my permit is going to expire, and this isn't really a big deal. I don't think I'm going to have any problem passing the motorcycle course. It literally takes, I think, 15 seconds to do, and it shouldn't be a big problem at all, especially on a DR. Like, it's super maneuverable. I can ride that thing slow as fuck, boy. And you just gotta like ride it in a figure 8 or whatever. It's nothing crazy. Anyways, I have to retake my hazmat endorsement test in order to add any endorsements to my license. It's a really dumb thing. It's really fucking dumb. I think it's dumb. But once you become a hazmat driver, the hazmat endorsement, in order to add any endorsement from here on out, you have to redo it. And half of almost everything in the hazmat endorsement test is shit that I don't even deal with. And I mean, obviously I passed it a long time ago. I did study for it quite a bit, and I think I am a competent hazmat driver and operator and whatnot. But I tried it once again. Well, when I went back up there to see if I could get my motorcycle endorsement or my permit extended, they said no, And I said, all right, well, let me take my hazmat endorsement, and if I pass my hazmat endorsement little quiz or whatever, then I will go outside and do the motorcycle course, and then I'll go to the DMV, and everything will be hunky-dory. And I failed the hazmat test, and I think they only let me take it once a day. So I was kind of, fuck, shit. But it wasn't a big deal because that was months ago. So now I'm going to have to find a day to take off here in the near future. And before that day, I'm going to have to really sit down and study to make sure I can pass that hazmat endorsement quiz again, and then have the dirt bike ready to go so I can pass the motorcycle course, and then go to the DMV and get all this shit done and taken care of, and get my Class A upgraded to have the motorcycle endorsement. So then I will never have to worry about being legal on my bike again, other than tags and shit. But everything's really cheap for me on the bike, so even insurance is it's like $7 a month. It's fucking crazy. I mean, if anybody's out there wondering if they should get a motorcycle endorsement, now, if you're going to get a fucking street bike and you're 18 years old, yeah, your insurance is going to be fucking high. Obviously, I'm going to suggest a dual sport just because that's what I ride and that's what I enjoy, and I think going that fast on a fucking little crotch rocket is, there's a lot of people out there, and they've done it for years. They've had a great time, but I don't know. It just seems so dangerous. It's like, get a dual sport. You're sitting up way higher. You have a way better seating position. You're not going that fast. I did get mine up to 100 once, but now that I got the knobbies on there, 80 is about as fast as I'm going to go. Anyways, those crotch rockets, they can go way fucking faster. 120 is nothing to some of those crotch rockets. So, I don't know. And I think that has a lot to do with your insurance rates. So anyways, if you're in your midlife crisis, like I am, which I don't know if I actually am, I'm just always looking for something fun and new to do, but get a motorcycle is what I would suggest. If you really don't want to, don't do it. Obviously, but it's not that expensive. You can, even a guy at work, he just bought a brand new not brand new. It's a 2017 KLR 650, the Kawasaki version of my bike. It's got a big fairing and everything on it. It looks really fucking clean. He paid $3,200 for it, and it's got, I guess it is kind of high mileage. It's got 1,700 miles on it, but still, you can get a really decent bike for $3,000, dual sport bike, and then if you're of a certain age, I think your insurance is super fucking cheap, as long as you don't have a bunch of accidents and shit, or speeding tickets and whatnot. Super cheap insurance, gets great gas mileage. He said his is getting 50 miles to the gallon. I don't believe it, but whatever, because I get 30, and I don't know. Anyways, I don't know. That guy's cool and all. Hopefully, we'll go riding together. I think he might be a little bit of a square and might be like, nah, I'm not taking my bike through that fucking mud hole. Like, don't be a fucking pussy. It's a fucking dirt bike, you dumb fuck. Ride through the fucking mud, pussy. You know? And they all talk a lot of shit on my bike, which is fucking crazy. Like, even the guy with the KLR was trying to explain to another guy. He's like, well, his bike is fucking, how old is that thing? I was like, it's a 99. He's like, yeah, it's fucking old. It's outdated. Mine is like new and nice. I was like, you know that if you go out and you buy a brand new DR 650, it's the exact same thing as I've got. So you calling my bike looking old and whatnot makes no fucking sense. Yeah, it's not a brand new and it doesn't have the nice clean plastics on it, but well, actually, I mean, it kind of does. I mean, there's nothing really bad about my bike. I don't understand. I mean, the side panels being a little bit yellow does really make it look like a piece of shit. So I will need to work on the side panels. I don't know how to strip the paint off. If I use airplane stripper or whatever, is that gonna like melt the plastic? I don't know, because I would love to strip all that paint off the plastic, because they're originally white. So if I could just strip all the paint off of these fucking fenders, because they were white with stickers on them, somebody painted them black, and then I painted them white. And so now there's like several layers of paint, and yeah, I guess it makes it look kind of shitty. But anyways, I don't know, and I guess they haven't really seen it too much, because I mean, it's got brand new front fender, brand new headlight shroud, new seat, the rear fender's in good shape, new tires. Like, there's not really anything old about it really anymore. So I mean, it looks like a really decent bike. But I don't know. The yellow side panels really fucking throw it off. So I guess I will need to practice and do some research and figure out what the fuck we're gonna do with that. But yeah, and the fucking muffler, dude. That really pissed me the fuck off. You know, I'm gonna put the stock muffler back on there, and that also makes it look fucking old as shit too, because it's got some. It looks like junk, but the new muffler I just got looks like junk also. So I don't know. I've been on Marketplace looking to find a deal on used slip on. You know, maybe I'll find one. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Maybe I will just swap this muffler out for the metal one, the stainless one or whatever. So there's nothing to chip off of it. There's no paint to chip off. There's no weird discoloration or whatever. And I'll just make sure I mount that baffle in there a little bit better. But I got to get a new jet kit to make sure it's going to run right. Because the jet kit that I got is all fucking. I don't. I lost my 160 jet. I don't know where the fuck the 160 jet went. I have a 155 in there. I might put the 150 in there. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do quite yet. But it just needs a little bit of tuning. And that's the other thing. Talking to these fucking mechanics, dude. Like, you just get a new carburetor. Like, you guys are fucking dumb. You guys are, and it's not like I'm not wishing the guy with the KLR to have problems and realize that, yeah, I have problems, but they're looking at it like it's operator error or whatever. And maybe it is a little bit, but it's like, I hope you have fucking carburetor problems and you're fucking you decide to get a new muffler and it fucking backfires the fuck out of the goddamn thing. You gotta figure out what the fuck is doing that, but you want to ride it because you bought it and you want to still ride it. I don't know. It's just like, dude, you guys are really fucking pushing my goddamn buttons. It's a fucking dirt bike. I'm fucking cool, dude. Shut the fuck up, you pussy. I'm a bad motherfucker on that bike. Yeah, I'm fat as fuck and it looks a little old, but I'm fucking way cooler than you, dumbass. Just kidding. I'm not. I wish I had that attitude all the time. I don't have that attitude. I can't do that, but it is funny to say that on the podcast. Oh god, I'm badass on that fucking bike. I don't know. Just gotta fucking. Even there's this little kid, one of the mechanic's son, and me and him, we just give each other shit the whole time. We have a good time, but he's like, he's been showing up a lot more lately. I guess I don't know, something going on at the household. I'm not sure, but he's been taking your kid to work day every day. I don't know why are you not in school. I guess I didn't ask that, but he's like, can I turn on your dirt bike? And I was like, sure. And that I was having problems with it. And he fired it up, and he's like, can I rev it? I was like, yeah, yeah. And he's like, no, no, no. I was like, oh God! And it's like backfiring like fucking crazy. He's like, that sounds like shit. I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up, little dumbass. You rev the piss out of it when it's cold. You can't be doing that, okay? You gave it full fucking throttle. And then he was like, hey, can I turn on your truck? You know, why am I letting this kid? You know, he's trying to dunk on me. Why am I letting him get? But no, he loves the truck. He's like, oh, I love that truck. And you know, I'm a sucker for that. Anybody that's like, I like your truck, bro. We are best friends now. We are 100% best friends. I'm glad you see it the way I see it. Because everybody, all these mechanics and shit, they're like, and I even had a cop tell me, time for a new truck. Time for a new truck. That thing's old. You should get a new truck. You know, I even got these mechanics like, that's an old truck. You should get a new truck. How does that truck even run? Hey, shut the fuck up, dumb fucks. This thing is this thing is great. I almost said brand new. That was going to be totally wrong. That's not what I meant to say. This thing is completely paid for. I paid equivalent of $500 for it, put a clutch in it, and I've been driving it basically untouched other than tune-ups and shit every day for 6 years. I mean, maybe I just need to let these people not get to me, but I mean, yeah, it's got a red door. Yeah, it's got a green hood. Yeah, it's rusted out, and I put patch panels on it that are unpainted. Yeah, it's got the spare tire on and mismatched tires. Yeah, it's a little ratty on the inside. Hey, that's the way I want it to be. I would like to get rid of the red door and the green hood. But other than that, like, that truck is, I love that truck. It does give me some problems, but it runs every day. It drives me every day. It's got problems, and it still drives good. Okay? Every truck's got its tricks, and the trick to this truck is whenever you hear it start knocking real bad, you got to let off that throttle, bud. Okay? You got to let off the throttle, or else it's going to start starving for fuel or air or whatever the fuck it's doing. I'm not sure. Okay? Just other than that, it drives fine. You just got to know how to drive it. It's not fast. Why does everything got to be fast? Why does everything got to have a fucking 1,000 horsepower? Okay? This thing is low horsepower, but it's four-wheel drive. It's got good gearing. Okay? This thing will drive through anything. Not really, but I kind of drive it like that. I will do some crazy shit in that fucking truck. But no, I don't know. I'm the guy at work that shows up on shitty looking stuff. But guess what? I'm there every fucking day. And the guy with the new fucking BMW over there, guess what? His BMW's in the shop. It's broke down. Hey, guess what? Your fucking transmission went out. Oh, your bumper's fucking hanging off of your plastic bumpers hanging off your fucking Ultima. Oh, and you hit a fucking deer. You know, like, your shit's all dented up too. Like, hey, I don't fucking crash my shit. Fuckers. And my shit is old, but it's always gonna run. That's the way it kind of feels like. I can hope. But yeah, I should. What are we doing here? Why are we going so fucking slow? Anyways, yeah, I don't know. I'm just, I don't know. That shit, I'm used to it, I guess, but sometimes it does bother me whenever people keep talking shit about my stuff. And it's like, I'm not over here talking shit on everybody else's stuff. That's where it bothers me. Like, if I was talking shit on everybody else's shit, I feel like I deserve it a little bit. I think I'm just an easy target, and is what it is. And I even say it to myself sometimes. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna quit putting on the funny at work. I'm gonna just be a drone. I'm not gonna wave at people. I'm not gonna talk to people. Strictly business only. I can't do it. I've tried it. This is my personality, and I can't not have my personality. Um, Now, if I am actually upset, that's when all the shit gets turned off, and everybody knows it. They're like, "What's wrong, dude?" Like, "Oh, damn, I didn't know you're that mad." It's like, oh, well, yeah, I'm that mad, but I'm not even showing people that I'm mad. I'm just not being funny with anybody. And but everybody's kind of got the idea that they can make fun of me, which is fine because I give them that, and that's what I mean. That's most of the shit that I do is like making fun of myself for anything and everything, and I kind of gave that invitation to everybody, but I don't know. I'm also a little fucking. Uh, I don't know. Sometimes things get to me, sometimes they don't, and I can't expect everybody to understand exactly how that all works, you know. But so even on bad days, I just put on the happy persona, and that's what I have been a little bit relieved. Well, not relieved, but like lifted up whenever I'm talking to people, and they're like, dude, I love your attitude because you. It seems like you never have a bad day. I'm like, huh? What? they're like, yeah, you're always joking and happy and like smiling and just having a good day. I'm like, okay, well, I'm glad it looks like that because I've been pretty upset for about a year now. And of course, the way station is open. But yeah, I don't know. That's a compliment that I've gotten. They're like, you always have a really good attitude. I'm like, thanks, dude. So whenever I don't have a really good attitude, that's when people. And we're back. Yeah, I'm gonna have to edit something, but we're back. We're having a good day. We are driving. Well, now we're stopping, which is just wonderful. Where's my fucking hazards? There we go. We're stopping on the highway. Right as I hit record, they're like, oh, yeah, we're actually going to be fucking stopping, which is just wonderful. And that fucking yellow motherfucker that I worked so hard to pass just passed me on the left. I don't know. I come up to a big, like, slowdown. I'm not, like, I feel like that's not the time to try to get ahead of people. But that guy thinks it is. It's not time to just fly around and be like, oh shit, let me get ahead. Like this fucking car behind me, like we're all stopped. You going around me is not helping the situation. What if we all have to get, move to the right lane or the left lane or something? Fucking dummies. Anyways, no, we're having a good day today. I stopped off at a Quick Trip. I got me a $5 meal deal, which is wonderful. Two roller grill items, a bag of chips, and a drink. Hell yeah, dude. Oh yeah, add a slice of pizza to that. That's what I got. Jalapeno popper pizza, not bad. A lot better than the chicken bacon ranch thing they had the other day. Um, yeah, man. I just got off the phone with my grandpa, and my uncle was over there visiting also, which was interesting. My uncle, he's getting ready to head out to Chadwick. He's gonna head over there, which is a great off-roading place. He's not even taking his DR though. He's like, I want to enjoy myself on the trail. So he's taking his race bike or his light, powerful little Yamaha 250 two-stroke, I believe, or it's a 300. I don't know what the fuck he's got, actually. I should have looked at it a little closer. But anyways, I want to hop on that fucking thing. I want him to let me hop on that thing, which he will. I think I've rode. I don't know if I've rode that one. He had a KTM 500. That was his race bike for a little bit, or he's trying it out, and I rode that bitch. That was a long time ago. That's before I had been off a dirt bike for a long time when I rode that fucking thing. And yeah, it picks up the front wheel really easy. It can really get away from you. For an inexperienced rider like me at that point in time, danger, danger, danger. But anyways, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I call it my grandpa every now and again. He's the one that owned the DR before me, so I was just kind of running it, just letting him. I don't know. His old man sitting at home, he ain't got nothing going on. I like calling him, talk to him every now and again. So talk to him about that, but I don't know. I don't think I really got any useful tips or hints out of the. They're saying the same thing everybody says. Oh, don't cheap out on your muffler. I'm like, well, listen, the muffler doesn't really have anything to do with the bike, right? Like this is a cheap muffler. But it should still run fine, you know. And then they're talking about the carb and everything. I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna get a new jet kit. I'm gonna put it back to complete stock, basically, and get a new jet kit, and just run through the paperwork with that, and try to make sure I do it all right, so I can get the fucking thing to run as good as it possibly can, which would be nice. Anyways, but one thing I didn't bring up to him, and I don't know, I think I brought it up on here, but I totally forgot what I've said earlier. Um, I'm gonna get my son a dirt bike, but I think I just talked to my wife about it. I'm gonna do what I don't think is a great idea, but it'll be fine. We'll be all right. I'm gonna buy a cheapo Amazon 50cc dirt bike because they're cheap. I can afford them. That's the main deal right here. I gotta be able to afford it. If I can't afford it, I can't fucking get it. So I can afford those. I can buy one of those outright, and I don't know, as long as it's not too crazy. And I don't know, but the more I've been thinking about it, the more I'm like, maybe I just get him a quad. But because then my daughter could definitely run it and ride it and everything. But I don't know. Probably gonna go ahead and just get a dirt bike. It'll be a little cheaper. Quad would be kind of cool though. And yeah, and that's something that kind of developed over me just driving here. I cannot believe I've been going the speed limit or a little over this whole fucking time, and as soon as I'm so close to the shop, and now we are stopped in the fucking highway. Talked to my buddy Hunter. I talked to a few people today. Talked to my buddy Hunter. What are you doing, Tundra? We talked about getting pulled over and getting in trouble a little bit here and there. I the references I brought up were when I got my license plate ticket. Yeah, let's talk about that one a little bit, I guess. There's a little story. I've told it on the pod before, but it's been a while. So I bought a Chevy Cruze. Not here recently, this was a while back. I don't have the Chevy Cruze anymore. But I bought a Chevy Cruze, and I bought it at a CarMax in Kansas. Kansas is a one-plate state. So they don't require license plates on any side of the car except for the rear. Caution, stop traffic 1 mile ahead. I think your sign is a little too far up. I think you need to put the sign a little further back. Um, Bought a Chevy Cruze in Kansas from CarMax and got the tags and everything. And we're going to start off by saying I went to a Subway. I was at a Subway gas station, or not gas station, restaurant. And I was eating my sandwich, and then I get in my car to leave. And as I'm, firing up the car, I noticed that there's a cop across the street at the gas station, and I just feel like he's looking at me. It's across a 4-lane road, so I'm not exactly sure, but I'm like, it looks like he's looking at me, like he's waiting for me to pull out. So I park, I'm not parked, but I'm leaving the parking lot, and I'm stopped. I'm waiting for traffic to go by. Traffic cleared on my side of the road, so I pulled out, and he punched it out of that fucking gas station parking lot and almost got T-boned. Like, the person that was almost T-boned him had to slam on their motherfucking brakes and smoke the tires and everything, because I was like, oh shit, and the cop got right behind me, and I was like, okay, and I was right to a red light. There's a red light there, and I made sure to use my signal and everything. So I'm sitting at this red light. He almost got fucking smoked, but he doesn't give a shit about that whole situation. He's worried about me. And as soon as the light turns green, he lights me up, and I pull forward, turn right into the light, down into a big open parking lot, and pull over, turn the car off, set the e-brake, roll the windows down, just the front two windows. Or I might have had all the windows down regardless. I'm not sure. But, and I had the car for a little while at this point in time. I had the windows tinted right after I bought it, and had a brow sticker and everything, and the car looked good. But, anyways, buying a car in Kansas, and you have 2 license plates in Missouri, what are you supposed to do with the other license plate if there is no bracket on the front of the car? They do make a bracket, but I just bought the car, and it didn't have a license plate bracket for the front of the car. Threw it up in the windshield on the passenger side, right there next to the dash and the A-pillar and everything. Just shoved the license plate there. And so he walks up and he says, license, registration. He's like, do you know why I'm pulling you over? I'm like, I have no idea. No idea. He's like, I pulled you over because you don't have a front plate. I'm like, okay. And in my mind, I'm thinking, all right, well, hold on. I was parked at a parking spot, and we are like, state line is right over there. And there's no way he could have looked at me and my car from across a 4-lane road and known that I was from Missouri. Well, I guess you can see my license plate in the windshield. He's like, I noticed you don't have a front license plate. And I said, oh, actually, I do. And I pointed to it, and he's like, oh, I did not see that there. I'm like, oh, yeah, well, problem solved. We got the investigation over. I do have a front plate, and it is mounted right there. I mean, not mounted, but, it's on my dash and displayed, right, is what I was thinking. And he's like, why don't you have it on the front of the car? And I'm like, what do you mean? I mean, it's in the windshield. Like, is that not a good spot to have it? He's like, it's supposed to be on the front of the car. I'm like, oh, well, I just bought the car from Kansas. And, thinking that he already knows, Kansas doesn't require a front plate. So a lot of cars over in Kansas don't have the front plate holder. Or if they do, it's just like a dealership tag or something. He's like, okay, well, I'll be right back. Goes to his car, comes back. He wrote me a motherfucking ticket for improperly displayed license plate. And I was like, okay. I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't know how is that. There's nowhere else to put it, dude. I don't have a front plate holder, and I'm not gonna just drill holes into my bumper or whatever. Um, he's like, yeah, well, just sign here or whatever. So I signed, and just in curiosity, I'm like, how much is this ticket? And I don't remember exactly how much it was, but it was over $100. I like to say it was either 130 or 160. Those numbers are sticking out to me. We'll go with a higher number just to uh, for story's sake. $160. I'm like, $160? I was like, wow, that's more than I made today at work. And he says, have a good day, sir. I'm like, thank you, officer. And I actually did act a little snooty, but I was completely professional up until that point. I was like, $160. Wow, thank you for protecting and serving the community. I'm so happy that you did that to me. I'm so glad all the money that I made today is going to you. Like, what the fuck, man? And I was so upset with the situation that I was in because I feel like a warning could have been issued, but hey, that's up to the officer or where. And so I started looking up. I started looking up the ticket first. I was like, all right, how much are plate tickets? And while searching through the statutes and stuff, a no plate ticket. So if I told him I don't have one, if I didn't have my plate up in the windshield and I just had no plate whatsoever for the front of the car, $25 ticket. I have the plate, but it's in the windshield, so it's $160. Make that make fucking sense. And then I start looking, I'm like, all right, well, let me look, trying to be my own lawyer or whatever. Where in the law does it say it cannot be behind glass or whatever? And I couldn't find it anywhere. It said it needs to be mounted on the front of the car, which I don't know if they're interpreting this is the middle of the car, half an inch forward is the front of the car. So these are the front doors on the front of the car, and these are the back doors on the back of the car, right? I don't know. Are they saying the furthest point of the the car? If you're driving into a wall, what is going to hit the wall first? Does it have to be your license plate? I didn't see that in there. So they just have height restrictions. It can't be too high and it can't be too low. And I pulled a measuring tape out and I measured where the license plate was mounted in my windshield. And I measured also how far back it was, and I'm like, I don't see any fucking problem here. And it's like I had my windows tinted, but not the windshield. I had a brow up top, and I made sure the license plate, you could read the entire license plate. It's a bright white license plate. And if you have all your windows tinted and everything, and you're looking into the car, you're going to see the bright white license plate easy. So I don't know, but anyways, I was telling old Hunter about that, and he said, "Oh, I've had two of those, but I never got a ticket. I just got a warning." I'm like, "Yeah, you're lucky. You're lucky. You were almost out $320, bud." He's like, "Well, why didn't you fight it?" I'm like, "Dude, the 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 way things are set up are just to either they make money or you lose double. You're not going to win. You're not going to win anything, fighting a ticket other than, not having it on your license. But it wasn't a moving violation. It was it wasn't me not signaling or speeding or whatever. It was just, do you guys not know how to fucking merge? Are you fucking with me? No wonder we were all fucking stopped. And guess what? We are exactly in the same spot where we were earlier. Where I was bitching about them adding a third lane to this fucking highway here. We're back in the same spot. We made it to Columbia. We got the box loaded up. This box is actually wider than a normal box, and you can tell because the way it is, and that it doesn't fit, and you have to you can't have the bed all the way laid down and move the box. You have to lift the bed up a little bit in order to move the box, or else you're gonna tear some shit up. And something's already torn up on this truck, so I hope somebody gets that figured out. And then I called my wife and was talking to her. I asked her what if my son talked to her this morning. She's like, no. I'm like, are you kidding me? He didn't tell you anything about the Tooth Fairy? She's like, no. Like, he didn't tell you anything about dirt bikes or anything? She's like, no. I'm like, all right. I was like, he said he would, but I guess he just didn't care enough or whatever. Got the box loaded up, though, and headed back to Kansas City. Oh, that's what I was going to go on is my next tomorrow. I got to be in Tulsa by 8 a.m. I think I just got honked at. I can't tell. No, I didn't get honked at. This Mustang was going to pass me on the right. I'm cruising the middle lane. It opened up to 3 lanes here, this is the way it's been for a long, long time. And a Mustang decided they have room to pass me on the left. They decided, oh, we're going to pass them on the right, where there's a slow semi and another slow car. Let's pass them right there. That's a good idea. Passing on the right, Saw a trucker the other day with Luke, and I said, "Do you like his mud flaps?" And it said, "Passing side and suicide," and it was different mud flaps. I was like, "Yeah, buddy, that's the way it is. Don't be passing on the right." We got another one passing on the right. These people, they think they're fucking hot shit, don't they? Mm. And bump. Oh, oh. That was a big bump, and I think a little bit of mud chunk broke off from underneath my container here, and might have. I saw some smoke back there, so. Oh, and the Subaru that passed me on the right, now they got in front of me, and they're going. Now I gotta slow down. That's always how it works out. They're like, no, we want to pass you on the right. We want to be ahead of you, and we want you to slow down. Motherfuckers. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Was I getting in a bad mood earlier? I don't know. I think my mood's completely different now. I don't know. I tried to listen back to a little bit of what I was recording earlier before I got a call. Now I got to edit because now like I got cut off like mid new topic, and Now I'm gonna have to go through and edit that out. So, or maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, you guys know how I run the show over here. You know, loose as a goose. You never know what you're gonna get. But anyways, I think we're probably over an hour, and I really don't have much else going on right now at this moment. But as soon as something happens, I will pop up on here and hit record. But until next episode, adios. Keep all 18 down, and we got Operation Get a Motorcycle Endorsement. OG me. OG me. That's what it was. OG me. Bye bye.